Hear the Sasquatch howling in the night. Paranormal beings come out to play. Feel that chill upon your neck. But do not fear when the Rougarou barks, because we'll follow you into the dark. We'll follow you into the dark.
Into the Dark contains subject matter and language that may be unsuitable for younger listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, greetings, and welcome to NWCS Into the Dark podcast. This is our special Haunted Lighthouse episodes. In the studio tonight, we have Rob with 11 Bs.
Yep.
Wow.
It's just so anticlimactic.
What? What's wrong, Rob?
No. I don't want to talk about my feelings.
This is the best time to talk about your feelings.
No.
You don't want to be alone and talk about your feelings.
Moving on.
Hey,
We've got Tab.
Rob.
Ahoy.
It's not your fault.
What's not my
Rob, it's not your fault.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's not your fault.
We love you, bro. We've got Tab.
Ahoy.
Ahoy?
I'm still not used to ahoy, but
I'm not either.
I don't either.
Yeah, me either.
So I'm going to have to change it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're
I
voted
mean,
off.
you don't
What's up?
I,
That sounded
now you
so
sound like
white.
Joey. You
That
sound like
sounded.
Joey.
That just sounded white. We've got. Speaking of which, we've got Danny.
Wait.
oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it
yeah,
just gives me shivers.
Shiver
Should I
me
add
timbers.
Bitch at the end.
Joining us from the Lone Star State, we've got Jesse.
Hey, y'all.
Hey y'all.
y'all.
What is up with this episode already? I just feel uncomfortable.
I don't know. Very special guest. Danny's little lady.
Hey guys.
That was not too bad. That was better than
Works.
Yeah.
Jesse's. And Mondo is joining us as well.
Well, hello, Clarice.
Oh,
Ooh.
creepy. Creepy.
And another special guest, Mr. Bigfoot Moonshine.
Yeah, let's talk about all the empty bottles around Rob.
I know.
There are
And-
quite a
and-
few over there.
And we
empty
wonder what's
bottles.
bothering Rob. He's just
There's
liquored
one.
up with the shine. A little too much Mountain Dew over there, I guess.
If for those of you who don't know, Mountain Dew is the nickname for moonshine.
I did not know
What was that?
It sounds very.
It's foghorn.
Should we
So,
duck and get under the table?
Foghorn
for a creepy,
Leghorn.
creepy lighthouse episode.
Are
You
we supposed to
didn't
under
get
the
that?
table?
You didn't get what I was throwing
get
down
the-
there?
I didn't get the memo.
Oh,
Oh.
I smell what you're cooking.
you do. Good. Anything new? Anything new with the group? Rob?
Making popcorn.
That is
Okay.
amazing.
That popcorn and moonshine does not sound desirable to me, but okay. I can smell the popcorn and I can smell the moonshine.
I smell it.
It's
Yeah.
kind of making me sick.
Can you smell this?
A little
I'm
bit
still
sick.
celebrating.
Your birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
it's
birthday.
birthday. It
Is it-
actually is birthday
Happy
month.
birthday.
No,
Wait,
it's,
no,
it
no,
was
no,
your
no.
birthday too. Just
Yeah,
a few days
Scott
ago.
And yours
and
just before
Tab.
that.
Right.
We
so-
didn't mention Scott and Tab's birthday, guys.
Happy
birthday to us. Happy
Rob, you all.
Happy birthday.
You're all-
Okay,
you
let's
all-
stop.
Take the
Let's stop.
moonshine
Let's
away
spe-
from him.
People are changing the channel.
Seriously, take
You
the
all-
moonshine away from him.
You all suck. You all. Oh,
Wait,
sorry.
what?
What?
What happened? Sorry.
I don't know.
Happy
We were
birthday.
talking and
Happy
you said
birthday.
we all suck.
No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
I heard it too.
Okay, so nothing new. We discussed a whole bunch of new things on our last episode last week. Thank you for joining us again.
I
Same
do-
bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, welcome back.
Not really. I do want to say that after base camp had sat for a little while, we actually took it out on a run the other day, and
We did.
Got
Ran
the-
like a beauty.
Yeah, got those gears a moving and
Yeah.
the oil running, and so she's rearing up. We got to
Danny-
take a trip.
Danny's going to be joining us tonight
I
at
say
the
Bigfoot.
at the ranch
Yeah.
for a little spaghetti dinner. I think we should all hop into base camp and take him into the town of Scio. We can go to the bar there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this sounds like-
I don't know if they'll. Never mind.
Are they even open?
Oh, they're open.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Sunday. Yeah, they'll be open. Yeah,
This-
I think tonight is
Wait a
bingo
minute.
night, as a
Wait a
matter of
minute.
fact,
This feels very get outy.
and or square dance. You ever been square dancing, Danny?
Square.
Yes, actually.
Okay. Well, good. You'll fit right in.
What?
Square dance and bingo, huh?
I feel like I don't trust you.
Why?
It just seems shady.
Look me in the eyes.
Yes.
You don't trust me?
No.
Wow. After all these years. You know who I don't trust is Jesse.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah. Jesse. Oh. What was that,
Rob.
Jesse?
Hey, Rob.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Stop.
Rob.
No.
Nipple.
Rob's been conditioned. His secret word is nipple.
How is Texas, Jesse?
It's great, but it is Sunday, and in the county that I live in, it is a dry county.
Oh, no.
Does that mean you can't drink at all? Even
So
in
you
your own
just
home?
stock up. You-
Only on Sunday?
So it's illegal to buy alcohol on Sunday.
So you bought it yesterday because I see you're
I
drinking.
bought it yesterday. Yeah, I bought it yesterday.
I mean, we won't say what county in Texas you're at, but I do see you drinking on a Sunday.
Huckabrush County?
Yes.
Huckabrush County.
You'll never find me.
I'm pretty sure we would, but
Quick, request his location. Go.
GPS coordinates activated. Lighthouses. Anything new? Mondo, you got anything new? Is that baby born yet?
Not yet. Still cooking.
Okay.
Still making.
We're going to be talking about lighthouses and more specifically haunted lighthouses. Danny, why don't you give us a little introduction on lighthouses?
Lighthouses. Well, that sounds great. Angela? Oh, sorry. We're not ready for
You're
that.
throwing to me.
So, okay, we've tossed.
Well, I
go
have
ahead.
heard. I will kick in for just for a second. I have heard that lighthouses are the cock of the ocean.
Oh, the
Whoa.
cock of the ocean.
That's a thing. That's
Like an adhesive or?
Caulk. No, that's caulk.
Oh, that's caulk.
They don't stand
yeah.
up. They're erect. They stand up straight.
Yeah.
They,
Sometimes
Okay.
there's three.
It's the phallic symbol
What?
of the ocean.
I already like the little lady friend, Danny. I already like
Thank you, thank you.
the cock of the ocean.
You done good, buddy.
Kind of like Jesse.
had me at cock.
Kind of like Jesse, the cock of the studio.
I see.
I'm so glad he's in Texas.
Rob, nipple.
Rob, where are
Rob's not here.
Okay. Rob's not here,
you?
man.
Danny,
Yeah. Oh.
No,
Danny,
no.
Danny's little lady friend. Go.
No.
You're up.
She actually did it. There's a good chance my nipple might be purple by the end of the day.
Did you pull up his nipple ring, though? Okay,
I
so
did feel
lighthouses.
Lighthouses. Let's not get too. Remember, Danny, your only fan
Yes.
was saying that it just gets a little off track.
Just a little
Is this little lady your only fan?
No,
See what happens when you say.
Inquiring minds want to know.
This was
See
not
what
the
happens when you say cock in the studio?
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes. We just derail.
Because
Go
it's
back to
juvenile.
fifth grade.
Because we're a bunch
Right.
of juveniles.
Right. This is playground
Yep.
territory.
You want me to try again?
She said cock.
Wait. But she did.
Anyway.
do you have to
it's
bleep
not.
that word out?
No, we don't. This
there's a
is this is
disclaimer, but-
PG-13, so we can
That's-
say a variety of different words.
We're talking about birds, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Danny, what do you got for us?
Lighthouses. Okay, so we've tossed this around a little bit and kind of just had some random conversations about visiting different lighthouses and things along those lines. And
All right,
we've
Scott.
actually made our way out to one, which I think we'll talk about later. But one of the questions that usually comes up is about why these places have this reputation of being haunted, creepy, or a place you might not want to go hang out necessarily. But
Rappers are probably not the best idea, Rob.
yeah, I think
Rob.
Rob's
Rob is bringing
He's
paper
3 bottles
bags
deep.
of popcorn into the.
I don't know how there's an issue.
so
My blood
Anyway.
is boiling.
I feel like this is the Roswell episode all over again. Just- anyway,
I hope not.
so lighthouses. I wanted to kind of get a discussion about what we thought about lighthouses or why they are creepy. Do we know the history of lighthouses? Why were they created?
To protect ships from
what
grounding.
Are we talking about?
Grounding and or crashing.
Lighthouses.
Yeah.
Lighthouses is the topic of the show.
Especially in foul weather, especially fog, where they could not see the land.
Right. Good job, Rob. It sounds like you did some research in, yeah?
No, just grew up in Oregon.
Oh, okay, well. So now, I don't know if you all know, but there was an evolution of lighthouses, right? Early on, they were lit by different means and methods. From Rob, what were they lit by?
Actually,
A campfire.
light source. Yeah,
Basically.
like fire, candle, fire, all that, because modern day didn't have electricity.
That is well, it is modern day now, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, definitely. Back then,
I hope somebody's driving him home. So anyway, with that though, they found that the lighting source was insufficient in a way, right?
Oh, yeah, nice.
And some of them even had, mechanical means, which I think I've seen some that were automated by a similar mechanism as a grandfather clock, right? The little counterweight and weight kind of go up and down and create the rotating mechanism.
Well, some of them actually were pretty sophisticated in their time with mirrors and utilizing the small light source they had to magnify it. So
Yes.
I actually find that very intriguing as well.
Do you know what the most advanced type of lens is? I just gave you a hint.
Lens. Yeah, it's a...
That they use to magnify that?
Is that the Fresnel lens?
Yeah, that's what I
Close.
was thinking.
What is it?
Fresnel.
Fresnel. Yeah,
Fresnel
nice.
lens.
For now.
How does the Fresnel lens
Or
work?
Bosch and Lomb.
Yeah. How does the Fresnel lens work, Scott? Go ahead.
Well, it takes two lighting sources and it creates one single lighting source from the combination of the two through a magnification purpose.
That actually is pretty close.
That sounded like the Google.
It actually is pretty close, but it only takes the one light source and it refracts it and focuses it because effectively the original lenses diffuse the light, right? They kind of went up and out. But the Fresnel lens takes that and bends the light and focuses it all into one beam so that you can get and achieve greater distances. So some of the lighthouses...
So it's more like a spotlight
effectively.
than a floodlight.
There was a French researcher, engineer, I don't know what he was, something Fresnel.
Louis Pasteur.
Close, yeah. Fresnel, and created this lens, and it was actually pretty revolutionary. They still use Fresnel lenses in the electronic versions of these lighthouses, I guess. So,
Nice.
that all being said, why do they have such a reputation? I wanted to see what you guys thought.
They're associated with death
How so?
because sometimes if the lighthouse had a failure of their light, then boom, death.
Or even before the lighthouse was there, a ship would wreck right there. And so they would consider that land maybe haunted.
Haunted,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And I'm just guessing.
And, I don't want to jump forward, but people are known to go a little crazy when they're all by themselves at
That's true.
the lighthouses.
How so and why?
Because they'd only get supplies like once or twice a month.
No socialization.
There's
Yes.
that. There's
Isolation.
that.
Isolation, yeah.
Yeah. One
No
other
little lady friends.
yeah, that's well. One of the things I also heard about the history of the design of the lighthouses was that some of them were the lens mechanism sat in a mercury bath, so that they would allow them to rotate in that space. So
Ooh, heavy metals.
yes, heavy
Mercury,
metals.
yeah.
And there was a lot of cases of considered mercury poisoning maybe discovered later on, but the mercury actually kind of evaporated in the process of, they would have to refill and, some of it would evaporate off and things like that. So-
Back when you didn't know the real
fumes.
dangers of mercury. You know.
Exactly. And so some of that was attributed to the craziness, if you will, to that mercury poisoning, beyond the other factors of being by yourself or with some other random person that you don't necessarily like or get along with. So anyway, what do you guys
Nice.
think?
I like it. I like your information.
What research did you guys do?
Go ahead, Scott.
Go ahead, Deb.
Mondo?
Has anyone been to very many lighthouses?
I've been to a couple.
Yeah, we actually a few years ago stayed in Washington.
I think it was like
Ilwaco.
10,
10 years ago.
Ilwaco.
Yeah, and we stayed at quarters that.
Yep. There's a whole segment on that.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Check
Yeah.
your notes.
So we
Check
did.
your notes.
We did stay
All
there.
right. I've been to
Don't we have a video,
probably a
We do.
We
We
have
do.
we have a video.
Danny?
Shadow Puppets
No.
video.
I think we do.
We
can
do.
play that.
I can bring that up.
I think it was deleted.
Tap,
Nope, I'm the one that recorded.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about the Rainbow Riders?
No,
That one's pretty
Oh
cool
no.
too.
No.
Oh no.
What happened?
the rainbow. I don't
Ballers.
I'm not even going to say it.
We were the Rainbow Riders, though.
We were pretty tough. Pretty tough
tough.
little bike gang.
I think it was the helmet.
Might have been.
We should have gone down to the this weekend. They're hosting the in Stockton, California, the funeral for Sonny Barger,
Oh.
the Hells Angels.
Rainbow
Oh, wow,
Riders
yeah.
could have gone together as a big
We
group.
should have rolled down there on our
Yeah.
mopeds and helmets.
Okay. Mondo?
I'm just here.
Okay.
Did
talk.
anyone do any research?
I did
Yes.
lots of research, actually.
So Cape Hatteras is the tallest lighthouse in North America. It's in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and its Outer Banks is over hundreds of years. There's been over 600 shipwrecks in the Outer Banks, and the Outer Banks covers the outer range of North Carolina and Virginia. And I've actually been to the top of Cape Hatteras. I've been to several lighthouses, and it's absolutely beautiful. They actually had in 1998 or 1999, they had to actually, it was receding. There was a beach erosion, so they had to move it in from the coast. And
They
that's
actually moved the whole.
right.
Wow.
It was actually a replacement lighthouse. The original lighthouse was gone, but they actually
Okay.
this was a new lighthouse that they had to rebuild. But in 98 or 99, they moved it. It was like a $12 million project.
Wow.
Well, how tall is it? To see.
I don't
17
know.
meters.
Is it?
I don't know.
No, it's the tallest lighthouse in North America. It's probably the most iconic, recognized one in the world, probably.
I wonder why they made it so tall.
That's a good question.
Probably to reach greater distances, I assume. I don't know what it's like over there, but
So I'm guessing it's almost in this. I mean, it's literally in the sand. So it's not really setting up on a rock.
It was originally, yeah, but now it's
So that's probably why they
ground.
made it taller.
And then they moved
Yeah.
the house adjacent to it.
Yeah.
They moved that back as well. But yeah, the Outer Banks is called the graveyard of the Atlantic because there's been over 600 shipwrecks over there.
Oh, wow.
600.
so lighthouses even they predate the, of course, GPS and radio. So nowadays there are still some in operation, but the need for them is maybe a little less, albeit still in existence. It sounds like, but GPS and radio has helped.
Well,
greatly.
yeah. I mean, if shit hits the fan, I mean,
Poo.
we're going to need something that's analog and not digital.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Little apes kind.
Yeah, so good talk, guys. This is great.
I did my research on the North Head Lighthouse, which, as you guys may recall, is located in beautiful Ilwaco, Washington. We had a chance to stay there at the Lightkeeper's home, the notoriously, allegedly haunted Lightkeeper's home. Just a little bit of history. The North Head Lighthouse sits on this is from living.com. We were there. I'm just going to regurgitate theirs from Rosemary Gilly because she gives a good story of it that I can't articulate quite as well as she did. The North Head Lighthouse sits on a rugged basalt cliff that rises 194 feet above the Pacific Ocean. The location is described as one of the foggiest and windiest places on the entire west coast of America. When I inquired about ghosts, I was not surprised to hear that the place is haunted, not the lighthouse itself, but the nearby residence of the head lightkeeper. That's where we stayed. The details were sketchy, and we eventually pieced together the whole story by tracking down old newspaper articles and paying a visit to the Ilwaco Cemetery. When the North Head Lighthouse went into operation, it was placed under the direction of Alexander Pessinen as head
Bell.
keeper. There were 2 assistants, and the 3 men pulled off 8-hour shifts to keep the light going from dusk till dawn every day. It was demanding work hauling the kerosene and rapiste and whale oil from storage houses up the stairs and keeping the mirrors and Fresnel lens properly polished during the daylight hours.
Fresnel.
No, it's Fresno, right?
Fresnel.
I was right.
Fresnel is the good one.
Fresnel.
That was later technology, maybe.
Fennel is the knockoff Japanese version. China.
Chinese.
China.
The terrain was beautiful, but the climate was damp and dreary, and the winds were often fierce. Passonen was a bit of a local maritime celebrity. Born in Finland in 1859, he immigrated to America and made his way to the Columbia. He served on a tender named the Mazzanati as keeper of the famous Tillamook Rock Lighthouse at Tillamook, Oregon, spending 8 years as the head keeper there. During his tenure, he saved the lighthouse from a severe storm, the waves of which nearly engulfed the structure and threatened to sweep everything out to sea. I'm not sure how you save a lighthouse.
I was going to ask, how
He
did
must
he
have
save?
superpowers or something, like
Because-
Superman, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Raised
Mother
money
Nature.
for it.
He got an award.
he got an award.
Yeah, for saving the lighthouse.
What? Okay.
Okay.
In 1890, 2 years after assuming his duties at North Head, Pessonen married Mary Watson, a native of Ireland, born in 1870. As the wife of the head keeper, Mary was expected to oversee all domestic affairs for herself, her husband, and the assistant keepers. Weird. They lived in a duplex house next door. That's where we stayed. There were gardens to tend and chickens and animals to feed and manage. Anyway, Mary ended up killing herself.
Why? Okay.
Yeah, she got
Wow,
tired.
that went from
she got-
chickens and
She got tired of doing those wifely duties for her husband and the assistant lightkeeper and the two helpers.
no broken heart in that thing.
Yeah. So on June 9th, Mary awoke and told her husband he could remain in bed while she went out for a walk, as her doctor had advised, and to do some small errands. She dressed and put on a coat, took her little dog, who was always with her when she went for a walk, and she was never seen alive again. After an hour and a half longer in bed, Alex arose and dressed and started looking for his wife. Soon the little dog came back alone, acting strangely. Now Pessonen was quite worried. He contacted the local radio station. Apparently what she did was she jumped off committed suicide, jumping off the cliffs and jagged rocks to the surf below.
Wow.
So that's one of the spirits that allegedly haunt the grounds of the North Head Lighthouse in Ilwaco, which we will be discussing in a short bit.
Yeah.
Stayed in the lightkeeper's house. Anybody else have any other
Well, I did it.
lighthouse stories?
I did a little bit of research. I chose this one because as a kid I'd go there to Newport, the Yaquina Head.
Yaquina?
Yaquina.
Anna died.
Yeah.
Yakina. He's right.
Yaquina. Yeah. So it is it's Oregon's tallest lighthouse. 93 feet tall is how tall it is, and it was first lit on August 20th. Guess. August 20th.
1862.
1891. No, 92.
Anybody else have a guess?
1890.
Anybody else?
1986.
1913.
1865.
I don't know.
Oregon wasn't a state until 1859.
Okay, Mondo, you have a guess?
1892.
1873.
$1.
Oh, I was close.
You were close. You were close. Anyway, I just liked it because I used to go there as a kid, and you can go there still today. It's still active, but it's a
You
cool.
can touch starfish. Sorry, they have. They have the little live pool you can put your hands in. Right? Has anyone
Tide
else been there?
pools.
There's
Tide pools. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, that's all I have on it.
It's
really.
a beautiful lighthouse with,
It is.
with the grasses down below.
It's got the classic look,
Yeah.
the white building next to it with the black.
Call it a lighthouse.
No, the building next to it, the quarters.
Okay, sorry.
The lighthouse quarters. And
The lightkeeper's home.
yes,
It photographs well.
yes, it does.
The blue sky and everything, clouds.
Yep.
Very phallic looking.
It's owned by the
That's a big
Bureau
word
of
for
Land
us.
Management.
BLM.
You know, and sometimes lighthouses go up for sale to the public as well.
Idea.
Podcast studio.
Yeah.
Idea.
That would be quite the drive.
It might be worthwhile checking that out. And
But what happens if we all went there and we all just went crazy?
too late.
We're already there.
True. Very true. Anyone else? What do you got? Lighthouses. Jesse?
Got any lighthouses there?
I do. A haunted one.
Really? Tell me more.
Yeah.
Interesting. Inquiring minds would like to know.
About Battery Point Lighthouse in Danny's neck of the woods.
Oh,
Down in
Also
California.
known,
that's a little north of me. I
yeah,
think.
also known as Crescent City Light Station.
Yeah, that's way
Oh,
north. That's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
to the border of Oregon.
That is. Yeah.
It's on a peninsula in Northern California. And when tide comes in, it actually becomes an island.
Wow.
And it was decommissioned in 1965 and automated. People that were the lightkeeper, I guess you would say, saw a huge tsunami hit the Northern California coast and take out 7 blocks of Crescent City.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
And after that, many people believe that it's been haunted, and investigators that have gone there have said that they've there's 2 adults and 1 child spirit. They've been reported being touched, footsteps, and also their stuff being rearranged. So
That sounds
cool.
familiar. Things being rearranged.
yeah.
Interesting.
God, this movie is so
Did anybody do any research on this? Or
I
what?
just-
Is
I
it-
did.
From the get-go, I didn't.
Mondo's got something.
Yeah,
Mondo's
okay,
got
Mondo.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mondo. So the one that I did mine on was actually Terrible Tilly.
Bless you.
Thank you. Also known as the Tillamook Lighthouse.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Keep it local.
The crazy thing about that one is that it's at the mouth of what they call the graveyard of the Pacific. At the mouth of the Columbia River where it meets the Pacific Ocean, that's the graveyard of the Pacific. There was actually one case to where it was almost finished and a English ship just barely missed the lighthouse. It's literally sitting on a rock in the middle of the ocean, and it barely missed it and hit the Tillamook head instead. And
Damn.
yeah,
Interesting.
there's many paranormal things that have, from what people say, have gone on there.
Yeah?
One of the first lighthouse keepers was swept out to sea. The very first one. He was hit by a wave, and they never found him. So,
Well, I don't know if you guys, I looked it up, and this is probably the shortest lighthouse I've ever seen. If
Yeah.
you look up the
it's a little guy.
The same one?
It's mostly rock.
Oh, wow.
A little stubby. Danny? Look familiar, buddy?
It's all
That's
ball.
what she said.
Wow.
Jesse, it was implied in a joke.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So, question. Is this the one that Ghost Adventures did an episode on? Is that got
Little
possessed
Stubby?
or something? Yeah. No, the opening, the graveyard of the Pacific?
They did, they went to the Waco.
Oh, okay.
I believe we may have gone there before they did. In fact,
Yeah.
I know we did.
I'm pretty sure they did that after us.
So take that, bitches.
That's right, bitch.
And
Mike,
they stayed in the cabins, though, didn't they?
mic drop.
They didn't have VIP status.
Couldn't drop my mic. It was attached.
Jesse, you all right, buddy?
I'm good.
You all right, little buddy?
Are we boring you?
We still podcasting?
Yeah.
We are.
No.
This can be really short. by the time
Mondo,
we
did
edit
you
it.
have anything else to add about Tilly Stubby?
No.
Interesting.
Stubby nubby.
Little Stubby?
Interesting.
This is bad. This probably this lighthouse probably means a lot to somebody else, and we're calling it Stubby now.
It probably saved lives.
I'm sure it did,
Yeah.
I'm very confident it did.
and taking them.
Fascinating. Maybe we can find some statistics on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it was it was activated in 1881 and it was decommissioned. Oh, sorry. Forgot there's a microphone here. It was activated or commissioned, inaugurated, whatever they want to call it, in 1881, and I believe I saw that it was decommissioned in 1957.
Fascinating.
You wanted some facts on it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm saying that's
And
Fascinating.
from the coast, you can see it, but obviously to get a really good look at it, you either have to be on a boat around it or from a helicopter or have a drone.
That's what she said.
interesting.
And sea lions, like to sit on the rocks. So sea lions tend to really,
Walruses.
try to. live on it.
Is it true your cousin got bit by a sea lion? Moving on. You guys ready to move on?
I didn't hear that one.
We are Northwest Curiosity Society. And these are our files. I certainly wish Jesse wouldn't have been on the big screen because I'd much rather look at the photo montage that we had than Jesse's sorry mug. But I had a full slideshow of our Ilwaco visit.
Well, let's just plug it in and see what happens.
It's already plugged in. It didn't do anything. So what we're going to do is I think we will, nearing the episode of this, we will post those photos on Facebook for everyone to see
All of them?
in their glory. Every single one of them.
Okay, now
Danny.
let's
Even
think about
shadow
this.
puppets?
Shadow puppets. There'll be a video.
I want to see it now. You're talking
Well,
about it.
that's going to be on the OnlyFan. That'll be on the OnlyFan Facebook.
You have to have VIP status for that.
Yeah. So let's talk about the North Head Lighthouse, located in Ilwaco, Washington.
Yeah, we stayed there on a stormy night.
It was a stormy night. It was very, very
It was
creepy.
really
It was a creepy night. Danny, what do you recall about the Operation Ilwaco,
Operation Ilwaco,
which was 2016? I think?
2016.
I think that was
October.
even before our organization.
Yeah.
Well, no, we had Jackalope Society.
International.
Well, that's
Jackalope.
true.
International. Sorry, Rob. Sorry to interrupt your drinking while we're podcasting.
He almost sprayed us again.
So, Ilwaco. First off, I had to check a couple times on how to spell it. By the way,
Or in Oregon, we call it Ilwaco.
Ilwaco. Oh, yes, that's the French pronunciation.
No,
of that.
Tribal version.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So, Ilwaco. Okay, so getting there. Yeah, I think this was one of the first trips we kind of, maybe not, like I said, sanctioned, but one of our first goes at investigating paranormal and such. I don't know. It must have been Scott's idea, I'm guessing. Somebody decided we're going to go check it out and see what it was all about. So I recall, well, one, it was just kind of, the vibe was fun. We had a few people that maybe we haven't heard from in a while. At least I haven't. Josh was there.
Yeah.
Who else was there? I feel
Was that other kid named Jesse too?
that was his last person.
Josh.
Oh,
Same person.
Okay.
Yeah. Why do I feel like everyone was armed going in there too?
We
Well,
all
because
were.
we ended up playing poker and there was 27 guns on the table and there was only like 6 of us.
Yeah. Guns and knives all displayed on the table, and it is what it is. But anyway, cool vibe. But then towards the night, of course, we decided to go on our little investigation.
Yeah.
Right. So I think we started in the attic because that's where we could figure out how to get to.
We're not disclosing that, though. We're not giving away too much info on that.
We started in an area that
It was off limit. I mean, I can't say it was off limits.
so we started our investigation, and I recall for me, I downloaded a Ghost Finder app. You remember that? You hold it around
That thing
the
was
room.
so stupid.
And it led you to
Yes.
the secret.
There were many apparitions seen on that trip. They were humanoid form, and they were terrifying. Most of them were in and around where Rob was the whole time, but I don't know what that was about. But nonetheless,
Wait, well, are we talking about the shadow puppet or like things around him?
things, orbs and figures. But I don't know. We must have had a thermometer there because that's ghost hunting equipment, and I think we had good average temperatures of about 60 degrees, something like that. Was it? Yeah. So good information, But yeah, and then for me, I remember the scariest part of the trip was our. Am I allowed to disclose that part? Our night adventure.
Just you can't give away where it is.
Our night adventure to explore the actual lighthouse. That was an interesting little trip there. So, move the bottle out of
It's
the way.
the angle.
Yeah, there was a knife. See, it's the angle of the dangle. There's Josh.
Josh, yeah.
Dave was there.
Dave.
Oh yeah. I mean,
No last name.
darn it.
101 ways to kill Dave.
That music is great.
Yeah. I
So
know.
what we're doing for the listeners who are extremely bored at this point is we're looking at photos
Yeah.
of us there. Pretty fun
Hey,
photos.
go back. Go back one.
What was the date on those?
Go back one. October 8th, 2016. You know what's funny about that picture with Dave? You know why he's smiling like that? because he has an otter tattoo that he hasn't told us about in that in a tramp stamp area.
No, that's not public info.
Go ahead, Danny.
No, he shared it.
We'll continue to look at these photos while you're telling your story.
So our night excursion, that place, our night excursion. So for some reason, I don't know whose genius idea it was to go check out the lighthouse.
Danny.
At night. I don't
It was
think
you.
It was my idea.
Yes, it sure was yours.
I don't think it wasn't.
I kind of remember us almost dying.
Yeah, we almost died on the cliffs of whatever you call it. But so anyway, the lighthouse itself was under construction, and it had a big fence around it, so you couldn't get in that space. Oh, there's our award. We found the secret
room.
The secret room that tells you, congratulations, now get out.
Yeah.
But so we decided to go on an excursion in the middle of the night. It was raining sideways.
Yeah.
The lighthouse was under construction, and we decided to crawl along the outside of the fence of the lighthouse.
Allegedly.
And go out onto a jetty.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
With 85 mile an hour winds. And I'm a tiny guy. I literally almost blew away.
Yeah, literally.
I didn't partake.
Hell, I almost blew away.
If I wasn't hiding in Danny's bosom, I would have completely flown away.
It's weird, though, that you were suckling. I don't understand that part.
Well, I was scared.
He liked it.
I was
I did a
scared.
little bit.
I was scared.
Whoop. But yeah, I know. So not very smart on our part, but hey, we got to see up close and as close as we could anyway of the lighthouse, and
we almost
died.
met Mary in person.
Yeah, I think we almost went off the side of the cliff there, but nonetheless, fun trip. So, and then of course we had our Rainbow Riders, the International Rainbow Rider Association. We went and caused all kind of havoc around the city, including McDonald's.
It wasn't an association. It was more like a MC, motorcycle club.
Yeah.
We were sponsored by
Same difference.
The Ilwaco chapter.
That was my first video
The Jackalope
that I produced.
Society.
Yeah, it was really good. So, anyway, yeah, that's
Well, on a serious note, was there ever any time that you were at that lightkeeper's house where you were scared, like you had a feeling like this is kind of creepy?
I think I was in the area that we were first investigating that we weren't supposed to be in.
Yeah. I felt that way when there was lights cast on the building. I felt a little weird.
Yeah,
I
and it was
know.
really foggy on one of those nights too. I think it was like, I don't know.
That's cool.
That was a little creepy.
I remember there was a front entrance that was, I guess, at the back of the house, but it was a front entrance that led into a little entryway that led
Basement?
to like a stairwell.
The coat
going
room?
up.
The coat room?
No, it was just it was just an
It was like
entryway.
it went to
from
the kitchen, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a really bad feeling when I was in that entryway, just as you're starting to go up the stairs. For some reason, that little entryway gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
But by and large, it's allegedly pretty haunted, but I didn't really get much of a sense of, maybe it was the bacon distracting
Well, there was a
me.
lot of people, and we weren't really there for just
Yeah.
investigating. We were there just to have fun.
Play poker and
No one got shot.
Unarmed.
That's a benefit. So, does anyone remember the arcade? You remember
I remember the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was the reigning champion on the quick draw game. No one could beat my 98%, 99%.
I think you were cheating.
I had nailed it. I had it.
I remember being pretty good at skee ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tickets.
You can handle balls pretty good. Speaking of,
Allegedly.
yeah. I feel like I've talked enough. What else do you guys remember on the trip? Come on, somebody.
What we got a squeaking noise. What is that?
That was Jesse.
I thought.
Squeaking.
I think it was Jesse.
Oh,
We don't know. We
Not
can't
it.
see him because he doesn't have.
was Jesse on that trip?
No,
He wasn't invited.
no.
He wasn't a rainbow rider at the time.
Poor Jesse wasn't invited.
I think that
think
was
it
the
was
most
working.
memorable
Tap.
right there was the Rainbow Riders for me.
I think it was most memorable that Jesse wasn't there.
I
I just love that he's not here to smack me on the back of the head. Tab, what'd you think?
What of? Oh yeah, it was a great time. Yeah.
Is this the same trip that we stayed in the cabin?
No,
No.
that was a
a
different-
Bigfoot trip
Oh,
because that area is known for quite a few different things.
why do I remember my ribs?
But it wasn't really Bigfoot. Because we went to the.
It was a Bigfoot trip.
Yeah, it was a Bigfoot trip. However,
We didn't really look for Bigfoot.
Oh, okay.
we found the raccoon, remember?
And we drank.
I remember.
Is that the
going
one?
to-
Is that the one where we did the tree calling? And there was the when I found the ladybug.
No, that was Mount Hood.
Oh,
Or
that's
Mount,
right.
Yeah, Mount
Lost
Hood.
Lake. That
I
was
can't
Lost
remember.
Lake.
It was the
Lost Lake.
Armory or the Trussell or what was that place that we went, and it was all underground.
It looks like that
Right here.
place.
Yeah,
No,
what
that was the
place?
Battery
fort. That was the
Russell?
fort.
The Battery Russell.
yeah,
That was
battery.
the fort that was just north of there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
That's
that.
just right
That was
next
pretty
to
cool.
Oahu.
Fort
But that was
Consequence.
That was
or
the year
something like that.
before, though, right?
Yeah. You guys ready to move on?
I feel like I was the only one talking. Who else was there?
You're fine.
Rob?
No, it was cool. I liked how they had it laid out for people to go stay there. The house is amazing. I really wish at the time it wasn't under construction, the lighthouse, but it'd be great to go back there sometime.
Are they opening it up?
Yeah, you can rent it. I think that it would
Oh, I thought
be.
they closed it for a while.
I don't know. That was a long time ago. But if you can go back, I think we should go back with all of our gear that we have now.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And get in the basement.
Yeah.
What?
There's a basement.
Yeah.
There is. Somebody wrote about it, didn't they? Somebody wrote about
Yeah,
the
I
basement.
think they said it
How we
was
felt like we were totally gypped because we're like, basement? What?
Well, you couldn't. We found the door. We couldn't get in there though.
Oh.
Because it was locked.
We have
followed
ways
the
now.
laws.
Not that we would ever,
No, that's trespass.
go through a locked door or anything like that. But
You probably-
you guys ready to move on?
Let's do it.
In a quiet town, in a small studio, it's Northwest Curiosity Society's movie review.
Tell me, what's a timberman want with being a wiki?
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man. Starting new.
On the run. Keeping secrets, are you?
No, sir.
Why don't you spill your beans? Why don't you spill your beans? Why don't you spill your beans? How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
What in the actual hell was that, Danny? Let me.
Danny,
I
Danny,
gotta,
Danny.
I gotta
Let's not
start.
be too hard
Yeah,
on Dan.
yeah.
Dan, no.
What
yeah.
other movie would you have picked other than The Lighthouse?
I understand that it's appropriate for this episode,
Yeah.
but bro,
Bro.
like I watched that and I'm still disturbed.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the point.
That was a disturbing. First of all, it's not my jam,
Yeah.
but it was.
What does that mean exactly?
Cup of tea, not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it rubbed Rob the wrong way.
It rubbed me the
Literally.
way.
Not my jam.
It wasn't my jam.
Okay. This is good.
Scott said rub.
Yeah.
Wrong.
No, but Danny, I think this was a perfect movie for you to pick. Though.
He didn't watch it.
I
He
think
didn't
you
watch
need
it.
to
No,
choose
there's-
this one.
Because in some aspects, there's a lot of like deep thought to it. A little bit like these hidden. I don't know.
Easter eggs.
It's a perfect
And it's really hard
because
to watch.
I can't
on
wait
a
to
film.
hear your description of it.
So speaking of deep thought, is it? Did he die when he fell off the lighthouse?
Allegedly.
And then everything else
Maybe.
from that was
Wait, Danny.
his dying thought.
Spoiler alert.
Did you just say that?
I don't subscribe to the whole spoiler alert thing. And we're not saying that, remember?
It's a 2-year-old movie. We have a range, right?
Right.
If it's in the last year, then
You can spoil.
yeah. Well, we should give the spoiler alert in the last
Horrible
year.
movie.
Why is it horrible?
Oh, I wouldn't say horrible.
What did you
It's
expect
off.
from it?
It was so dark.
You didn't like Willem Dafoe and Edward?
He was great. William Dafoe was an amazing actor in that, and his portrayal of the salty, lighthouse guy was awesome. I don't know how he even pulls that off. But
What about Edward? That's a reference to Twilight. You guys
Yeah,
didn't
I get it.
that. Okay.
I get it. Yeah.
I didn't watch Twilight.
It was Twilight.
What was with all the gay stuff?
Why was it gay? Maybe it's a message about the dichotomy of man.
What is he even saying?
It's the crazy side and the normal side, right?
I don't know. There was too much thinking involved in that movie. Like, you had to really think about it.
It was nice and it was black and white. It made you kind of think.
I enjoyed how
No,
it
it
was
wasn't
filmed.
really even that. It was just like, what the F was that?
Yeah.
What am I watching here?
Yeah. And then
There's
it
a
would just
message in
bounce
there.
from one thing to just this other bizarre thing. And you're like,
The guy is out doing roof work and he goes, and what is he doing? What is he doing in there?
Well, it's that dichotomy of man, right? It's the normal side and the crazy side, and just kind of
so one of them was normal?
Yeah, Edward was mostly normal, but succumbing to the crazy side.
But what is normal? Normal
What is normal?
Yeah.
There you go.
subjective.
Oh, my
Definitely subjective.
I'm still
Usual.
disturbed. I could not sleep
Was it
after
the
watching
farts?
that. It was the darkness of it. It was just the creepiness of their relationship. It was the seagulls eating them every time they turned around. And
What do you suppose a Willem Dafoe fart smells like?
onions. I did enjoy that part when he started just telling them off. He just had enough of his farts.
He had what,
Started
a good
telling 'em off.
10 of them or so in there, but nonetheless, it's
It's a psychological movie.
it very much is. Yeah, I would say it's kind of like watching what's the pretty boy in the actor that always dates the younger women. What's his name?
Oh, DiCaprio.
Yeah. So it's like that movie DiCaprio
Shutter.
was in Shutter
Shutter.
Island.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Kind of artsy fartsy, right? But there was I've seen different references to the madness created by the lens and a tie-in to like Greek mythology and things like that. So talking about the sirens of who was it? Wasn't in the Iliad or whatever, but just talked about the hypnotic kind of nature of the light in the lens and again, you can draw from it what message you want, I guess, but there's some supposedly some tie-in to Greek mythology in there as well.
Well, yeah, because one of them appeared, the older guy appeared to be Zeus
Yeah,
at some point,
or Neptune, maybe
or
it was
Neptune, Zeus, whatever.
So your take from it was that the lighthouse never existed? Because you said
No,
something
okay.
like that,
So,
because we
so at
talked
the
about it
at
earlier.
the end, it made me wonder. Rob, what'd you think?
Well, I want to agree with you. It was not my jam.
Strong talk.
No, no. It
That
was,
was funny.
It was
Let's
odd.
if we're gonna do this, let's tell the truth. Oh no.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
Julie watched the movie and she told all of us.
We were all
Got the
hanging out at
clip
the
now.
ranch. We were at the ranch last night, and it was probably midnight. And I was like, "Whoa!" Like Danny gave us a movie review
It
at
was
midnight,
like
and Tab
10.
and Rob were like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, we got a movie review," and we had to get up at like 6 a.m. to get here. It's midnight. We're like, "How are we gonna
10.
review this movie?" And Julie was like, "I've seen it." We're like, "Oh, you have? Interesting."
Yeah,
Interesting.
we-
Tell us more.
I couldn't
She's like,
get into it.
Give us the deets.
It's
She's like,
not my jam.
She's like, well, it wasn't really my jam.
I
I'm
actually-
like, hey, not my jam. Okay,
Strawberry
go
or
ahead.
blackberry?
But I did watch it. I went to bed and
Yeah.
watched it, and wish that I didn't.
But
I got about 3 or halfway through it.
And I can honestly say it wasn't my jam.
yeah, I like I said, I haven't watched it recently, but when I did try to watch it, I could not watch the whole thing. However, I did enjoy William. How'd you say?
Willem.
Willem. I always say that wrong. Willem Dafoe's. He's a great actor. Played that part very well. I may try to watch it again at some point, but
Don't waste your time.
You should watch The Witch.
The Witch. Okay.
Yes.
And that was with Robert
Eggers.
Eggers. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's all I got. I mean,
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I've been sleeping.
afternoon.
Sorry. I actually rather enjoyed the movie. I really couldn't see it as a horror film more so than a psychological thriller, with some really good tidbits of comedy in there.
Wait, where was the maybe I missed that part.
Fart jokes.
The fart jokes
fart
and
jokes?
everything, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's the second movie of the directors that I've seen. The first one was The Witches, which was extremely good. I think that this movie was better than The Witches. So, I mean, it was a very, very good movie. I really like how it was filmed and just the entire aspect of it. The casting, the filming, everything was just beautiful. It kind of reminded me of the old House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. Very psychological.
Good stuff.
So, hands down, one of my favorites.
You know, one thing that intrigues me about movies like this, movies that this movie had one one environment, right? Meaning it didn't go from like place to place to place. It all took place in the lighthouse for the most part. So one location. And I always admire the ability to create a whole story out of just one location. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought it was pretty cool from that perspective too. But
So what's your take on what happened? Because we're kind of confused. Did he die
makes sense.
when he fell? Because he fell a long ways. And then the next scene he was eating or whatever he was doing. And I thought that was odd.
Honestly, I think what it's meant to do is meant to make you think about those things. It's not meant to make sense.
Okay.
So everything that seems out of place, it is. It's just to get your mind working. You can make whatever you want out of the movie. He's just giving you what it is. Your mind takes over after that, and that's what I love about these kind of movies is they make you think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't make enough movies like this, I don't think.
No, not
We
really.
need more of it.
Bunch of sheep.
I like the movies that are psychological and really make your mind twist like that.
Very much so. My favorite thing, though, is you can see the decline of, I forget the other guy's name, the dude from Twilight.
Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. You can actually see him quickly descending into madness. And the further you go into the movie, the more he's going down. And it's like, just to see what's happening and knowing what's happening is really just wow.
If you notice, Willem Dafoe's character became very kind of dominant as well, right? So maybe, again, this is about him losing that sanity and moving to this craziness. They were both named Thomas. Maybe
Very much so, yeah.
Maybe it's an alter ego or split personality
maybe.
or something, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyone else got anything? Jesse?
I'm looking forward to watching it. I know that.
Yeah, me too.
Jesse, what do you got, Jess?
And he's got
Jesse.
Yeah,
What do you got, buddy?
Undying.
it was a great movie. I liked it. I really liked William Dafoe.
Defro? Defro?
Defro.
What was his name?
Willem Dafoe.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. And the seagull thing was a little weird. I didn't really get the seagulls.
He didn't watch
or-
it.
I didn't watch it.
He didn't watch
It was horrid. It was horrible.
You know, this is one that I won't blame you. Tough to get through. Tough to get
I
through.
made it like 10 minutes. Yeah, it was bad.
So I surmised
That's
that
what
he
they're for.
actually died when he fell off the lighthouse. The
That's
first
what I
time.
was thinking.
That's what I think is
Kind of
he
like The
died.
Sixth Sense.
Hey Jesse, you ready to move on?
Ready?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
What do you got, Jesse? On the spot reporter. Jesse.
This kind of goes along with Danny's little lady saying about lighthouses up for auction to the public. Well, you can buy one.
Where?
Chesapeake Bay Lighthouse is up for auction.
In
The bad news,
Virginia.
nobody wants it.
Why?
The starting price is $15,000, but because of where it's at,
They want it moved.
with the Navy and all the rules, you're not allowed to stay at it, and
What?
because of you can't spend the night. It's in poor to fair condition. Needs a lot of renovations, and it's historic, so you have to follow all those rules. Because the government uses that area for arms testing, you're not allowed to stay there, or you have to leave when they're going to be firing off dummy missiles and all that other stuff. But you get past all that, you could buy it for $15,000.
Yeah, that's
Sounds too good to be true.
cheap.
I have a question. Who owns it right now? Who's selling it? The government?
Probably.
The government. Yeah.
That just sounds silly then.
Totally.
Yeah. The government, they've tried to get like people to restore it, or like nonprofits and all that, but nobody wants it, so they've opened it to the public. And yes, it's the government that's selling it.
Wow.
Well, it's the one right in the water, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's hard to get to.
And the problem is
Can't just
it's
take a
not
dinghy?
on an island.
Yeah.
You can't. There's not like an island you can dock your boat to. You have to like tie your boat to the
Yeah.
lighthouse and then climb the ladder with waves crashing on it
That
to get
sounds
into
fun.
it. So yeah, it'd be perfect for Scott.
Do we have enough funds in the NWCS account?
We do not.
Okay.
We do not. We're still waiting to be reimbursed, Danber,
Yeah,
from the
I tried.
the Mexico trip.
Yeah.
The Tijuana trip,
Yeah.
Another-
OnlyFans.
Speaking of in the news, guess what's coming up, Danny?
Monday?
Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights,
Yeah.
Horror Nights?
to which you will be joining. Is that correct?
Or he'll just leave you standing at the front.
Do you know what they have this year? You know what mazes they have?
I know they have Killer Clowns again.
They have The Weeknd, After Hours Nightmare. You love his music, but can you survive his mind? The Weeknd
No.
is about to stalk your squad through this haunted house, a surreal living nightmare from his After Hours videos. His nightmare is now yours. Terror Tram, obviously always a lot of fun doing the Terror Tram.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween, his beginning is your end. Silent, merciless, relentless. There's nobody like Michael Myers. And if you scream, Squad is ready. This year, you can gather together and face the terror of Halloween from the very beginning.
Please.
Then they have the Horrors of Bloomhouse. Get ready for a blood-curdling new double feature from Bloomhouse Horror as you scream, Squad faces a ruthless killer in Freaky and an evil kidnapper in the relentlessly terrifying Black Phone.
Blumhouse.
Bloomhouse.
Blum.
Then they have the Universal Hollywood Legends in the Wolfman versus Dracula versus the Mummy.
Oh.
If you thought one of Universal Monsters was scary, how about 3? Summon your Scream Squad because you're about to get caught between the Wolfman, Dracula, and the Mummy together for the first time.
Ever.
The one that you mentioned, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you'll be screaming, but not without laughter. There's nothing funny about these killer clowns who are back to make gooey out of this world snacks. Out
You
of your
read it right.
Scream. I've never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so I don't know what they're talking about.
What?
We're
If
gonna
there's
have
a
to do
reason
clown
people are
episode.
afraid of clowns, this is it. La Llorona.
Llorona.
When La Llorona weeps, you'll scream. What was that, Mondo?
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
Rona.
Or if you don't want to roll the R, just La Llorona.
I can roll the R.
Corona.
And Rob had to jump in with his moonshine version of it.
Yep.
You and your Scream Squad remember the tale of the woman who drowned her children and then herself? Once a childhood fable, she's back to terrify once again. This is no nightmare. This is
La Llorona.
Akigahara.
And just a couple more. Fear is about to be sown. At an abandoned Depression-era farm, vengeance takes root. The scarecrows are avenging the ravaged land in this all-new haunted house. The only harvest that will be reaped is your Scream Squad. That's the one that I'm looking forward to the most. Scarecrow, the reaping. And welcome to the Hotel from Hell, a 1920s Hollywood hotel, once the hunting grounds of its infamous serial killer owner, has been turned into a modern-day haunted hotel. Now he's back from the dead. Your first day will be the last.
Oh.
Looking forward to it this year. Hope to see you there, Danny, at the Universal Hollywood Horror Nights.
October 8th, right?
I have the front of line passes, but I do not have the VIP crazy Danny passes where you get to go with the stars and eat pizza.
R.I.P. They have a buffet.
Oh,
wait, what?
Wait,
what?
You took
If you get the RIP pass, you get the buffet.
Wait
a minute. Now you got him.
I saw nothing about
He's
a buffet.
upgrading now.
There's a buffet.
I saw nothing about a buffet.
Well, okay. There was a buffet when I went last.
I think you snuck into some place you were not supposed to be.
You went in the green room.
Was probably a thing.
You were in the green room.
But the cheeses were great.
Allegedly.
All the
Did they happen to be
cheeses.
filming a movie nearby and they just had a table set up with food and there was... So, hey guys, I hate to interrupt. So I did happen to find in our archived files our investigation notes and summary from the North Head Lightkeeper's home. So I wanted to read that off so that we could do the investigation files correctly. And as you guys may recall, we used to always put these together at the end of our investigations and have gotten somewhat lazy over time and have not kept up with these. But this particular investigation, we did take good and accurate notes for the summary. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and read over this. The heading is location, North Head Lightkeeper's home in Ilwaco, Washington. The next category is investigators, and these were all who were present. Scott, Lawrence, Danny, Tab, David, and Rob. Tools utilized during that investigation, we had 2 digital cameras and 1 EVP recorder. The next category is the history, and the North Head Lighthouse in Ilwaco, Washington is still functional and serves to alert ships of the dangerous current and shifting sands that make up the graveyard of the Pacific. Rising 194 feet above the dangerous and raging northwest waters on a rugged shelf of pure basalt, the lonely lighthouse grounds have been home to several keepers and their families through the years. It's rumored by many that a spirit still haunts the lightkeeper's home. Mary Pessanen, the wife of the first lightkeeper who we discussed, the first lightkeeper apparently still resides at the residence, and despite her death, the wife is seen on the property. NWCS spent the weekend in the lightkeeper's home, and we were unable to verify that rumor. In fact, the home was nothing more than a cozy and comfortable place. While we are not saying the place is not haunted, we were just unable to find any evidence of this, but very much enjoyed our visit and investigation. The next category is the investigation. We arrived at the lightkeeper's home on a damp, cold, and foggy October evening, and it certainly added to the mystery of the place and kept our group excited about the prospect of identifying paranormal activity. Rumors of this haunted home swirl around the small town of Ilwaco, and while having dinner at a local watering hole, we spoke with some locals who wished us luck on our overnight stay. While there seemed to be some folklore associated with the home, we were unable to obtain any specific information from any of these people regarding sightings or knowledge of the history. We tried to do some interviews of some locals, and nobody could really put anything together for us. Once we arrived and set up our equipment, we discovered a diary of sorts, which allowed guests to share their experiences. And located within the writings, we noticed a pattern of tales, including locating the hidden haunted attic. After not much investigation, we were able to locate and access the attic. While it initially had a really creepy feeling, it seemed to wear off after a significant amount of time sitting in the dark and trying to elicit spirit responses. The only odd thing we heard were the rumbling of our bellies. This was a sure sign that it was time to abandon our attic investigation and cook up our midnight snack. The second day and night, we spent much of the same. Our state-of-the-art equipment and personal experiences yielded negative results. Although upon returning from an extended hike, we noticed upon entry to the home that all the kitchen cupboards were open, the table chairs were stacked on the table, and all the pictures in the home were hung upside down. Very quickly, we deducted that this was the work of tomfoolery from a very bored NWCS member. Our stay at the North Head Lightkeeper's home was relaxing and peaceful. We had a wonderful time and would dare to stay at this location again. We're not going to say that it wasn't haunted, but it is a wonderful place to chase ghosts and tell late night ghost stories. As far as the evidence category, we obtained no evidence. While we did not collect any evidence to support the existence of any paranormal activity at this particular location, while we would like to spend a little more time at this location, we feel fairly confident that this place is not haunted. We will, however, spend another weekend at this location with some of our newer ghost gear before we make any sort of final determination on that. And, sometimes hauntings are historical time events, and it's quite possible that we have not visited during any historical events that provoke paranormal spirits. But I just wanted to read that to you guys just to kind of refresh your memories of that. All right. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Lighthouses. Thank you, Tav, for being here. You're welcome. Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
And Danny and your little lady friend, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Always a good time. Mondo.
Yeah. Jesse, wake up. Are you there?
Jesse, sir, thank you for being here. We hope to see you in Louisiana. Jesse?
Absolutely.
The Manchac Swamp, Rougarou Festival in Houma, Louisiana, and then over to Bro Bridge. Hopefully you'll be there with us and kayaking with the gators and looking for all the creepy, scary things that we do when we're in Louisiana. And until next time, nighty night. Good night. Good nighty night. Good night.
Later.
Right.
Peace.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Y'all.
Night.
Oh, my.